Hey church, today we're talking all about worship with a special guest, Derek Brandt, that leads all of our worship and arts ministries. He's here to talk a little bit about an upcoming social media series where they're going to help us gain a better understanding of what worship is and what the philosophy of worship is here at SBC. We're also here to talk about how you can get involved and use your gifts and your talents here at the church as well. My name is Ryan Heath, and this is your Midweek Update. Hey church, I'm with Pastor Derek Brandt. He's our worship and creative arts pastor here at Scottsdale Bible Church, and we're going to talk a little bit about worship here at the church as well as some opportunities for you to get involved. So Derek, first of all, welcome. This is your first time with us.
Thank you, yeah.
Midweek.
Great to be on the couch.
Let's talk a little bit about your philosophy of worship. And not only that, but I guess there's going to be some sort of a social media series people at home can look forward to coming up, probably in the upcoming months. But just tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, so I think there's maybe at times a slight misunderstanding, at other times maybe kind of what we might call a fundamental misunderstanding of the role of art, the role of technology, the role of media in the church. And there's actually a rich history for 2,000 years in the church of the way that artists and architects have gotten together and decided to not just steward the time, but steward the space for where the church gathers to worship. And so we have a team that prays around those things every week. We have a theology of worship that governs a lot of the decisions that we make. And so we wanted to make a social media video series that speaks to those things. And so, yeah, sometime in the next quarter, you'll start to see some updates from myself as well as the rest of the team talking about the role of, again, technology, of media, and just the spaces and the things that we use in our worship times when we gather. So we're very excited about that, and the church will be able to dial into those real soon here.
That's great. Yeah, no, I think that's going to be helpful because, so if I was someone who worshiped at church 40 years ago and then I stepped into a worship center at Scottsdale Bible Church, there'd be a lot of just different technologies. And for some people, it may be a little jarring and confusing. And I think that's great that we can go, no, there's a purpose. We're not just chasing entertainment and some of the things that the world tries to sell us at concerts. There's a reason that we choose to pursue just this beauty in our worship and the excellence that you and your team all provide and encourage those to kind of worship in just truth and in excellence. And I love that. And so, yeah, I think that's going to be a really helpful series for us all to understand a little more deeply about worship.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, and we have a very unique perspective on kind of where those things are and the buildings themselves and the sort of side rooms that people don't get to see all the time. And so we're going to kind of peel back the curtain and walk around in those places and kind of cast some vision for that. So we're excited for that.
Awesome. All right, Derek, every single week on the worship team, you just got amazing musicians and the music is great. The singers harmonize well. I'd like to just throw out there and ask, how could someone get involved? Does someone have to be like professional grade musician to get involved in the worship department at Scottsdale Bible Church, or what's available?
Yeah, that's a great question. And generally our approach is we want to see anyone who wants to be involved be able to get involved. And so what we like to say is whether you click a mouse or you've been playing violin for 50 years, we've got a spot for you to serve. And so that applies to our technology teams as well. It can seem daunting to walk up to a production booth and see this massive sound console with all these, bells, whistles, knobs, and levers, and it feels like I could never operate something like that. But it exists on some pretty clear principles that can be explained fairly quickly, and we have great techs that understand how to relate those things to everyday things that we interact with. And so if you're interested in technology, we've got a space for you. If you're interested in being involved in our choir or our orchestra, we've got a space for you. If you play an instrument, whether you started a month ago or you've been playing for 10 years, we've got a space for you. And so a great place to get more information and fill out an application for us, and the application just gives us a little bit of your story and a connecting point for you, is at our website, sbcworship.com/volunteer. And that's, again, where you can start, where you can kind of flag us and get us aware that you are interested. And I would just say, if ever it seems like a Sunday morning is a stage filled with professionals, we have wonderful people who are committed to the music, the songs, the art of the church, but many of those people exist across a spectrum of skill levels. And if you sat with us on a Sunday morning, you'd hear that there are people that really toil through learning the chords and toil through learning the parts, and they work hard at it, and it's wonderful. And then there's people that, they've been doing this a long time and it comes real easily. But we want to see everyone get involved. And it's not just about playing an instrument, singing, or working in production. We're looking for artists, we're looking for videographers, we're looking for people who want to serve in YTH worship and creative arts. We have all kinds of places, and so if ever the on-ramp seems steep, please know that if you have an inkling and a gift, we'd love to work with you and get you involved. So yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so church, a couple things looking forward to then. So there's going to be a social media series on worship and the philosophy of worship and stuff, brought to you by Derek and his team. And then secondly, if you'd like to get involved, not only can you follow the link that he mentioned, but we're going to put that same link in the description below on this post. So definitely get involved. So Derek, thanks again for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here.
All right, bye church. Well, that was your midweek update. We will let you know when that social media series on worship will be coming out in the next coming months or so. If you're interested in serving, however, you can do that right away. So check the link in the description below. Love you, church. Have a great week.